Hi, it's Donna here. I've been requested to do some tutorials. I'm just going to show you some things that I've created and then maybe pick some stuff out of that to do. This is my box here, ATC cards and boxes. These are the things that I've created, made or whatever, and I'm going to show you just a couple of things that I do. Perhaps something that you maybe want to do or just gives you an idea. Let's get into it because I'm a yakka and I don't want to bore you to tears. Okay, this one here, I'm thinking, should I go straight into this or should I show you? Actually, I'm going to show you something else first. I'll just leave them there. I'm going to show you my setup really. So I stamp my images. Most of my images are stamped. These ones from All and Create. I've got a whole stack of stamps. So I do a whole lot like this. I do a heap of these, and then I colour them in. Then I cut them out. Now I'm fussy cutting them, but look, I've actually got arthritis and unfortunately it's preventing me from cutting. So I am looking at getting a machine to cut around it for me. As yet I haven't. I'm using blending card from Express for this, but you can use watercolour paper, you can use what you like. I also do lots of backgrounds. So I've got a whole big bag here. I have a jelly plate. Do you know what a jelly plate looks like? It is one of these. So that's a jelly plate. Okay, they are printing plates. I've actually got these, and I use these to create some backgrounds if I want an already made one. Quite often I don't, and I'm not real fancy with it, you know. It's just quite simple because I cover all the stuff up. So look, as you can see, it's really easy and simple to do. I do go a little bit more complicated ones, but really that's quite that's coffee and tea stain paper. This one's here, stamped images. As you can see, it goes on and on and on, like that. So I actually do a whole heap of them. Then what I do is I actually cut them out into the shapes like this. So I've already gotten, these are A size, which are 2.5 by 3.5. And if I've got scraps left over, I then cut them out if I can, and on I go. As you can see, some are dark, some are light, some are pretty, which I think, and some are different. So that's what I do. So I have them already cut out, ready to go. That's some backgrounds. Other backgrounds I create as I go. It just depends on what I want to do, I suppose. Now, I also get ahead and cut out bases. Even when I've got one of these, let me pick, say, this one. This one's quite firm, but I like mine to be quite stiff. So what I do is when I've got nothing else to do, when I've lost my mojo, I will actually cut out a whole stack of these. And these are 2.5 by 3.5, and I will just glue them on top. So that gives me a little bit of stability to put things on them. So that's that one. So again, like I said, a whole stack of them. Oh yeah, I started to do stuff, but so I've got a whole. Also do ATC coins. So again, I use backgrounds, get them all prepared. These are 2.5 inch. They are called ATC coins. So I just do a whole bunch of them as well. I also do a whole bunch of these in the bases. Okay, so these ones are patterns. I've got another bag here somewhere and it's got all the bases. Okay, so I do a whole stack. And again, if you're going to send a coin, think how thick a piece of a coin actually is. And then these should be a little bit thick like that. I mean, to send something like that, I would never do that. It's way, way too thin. So I would join, say, 2 or 3 together so it gives me a decent coin. Okay. So that's getting that ready. I showed you photos. Showed you that one. I can put them away. Now, here we go is some stamps. Like I said, the images here. All stamped images. These are the ones I've got to yet to do, except for that one I've done that one. So I'll just stick them in there. I've also got a lot of things from All and Create, and they are things like this, which are already words. Make them really, really simple. There's flowers. These ones are already coloured in, but I have ones that are not coloured in, and I actually like them. I colour them in as well. These ones are already cut out. I'm going to do one with one of these girls today. So see what I mean? I've actually coloured these in, and then I've actually cut them out. Okay, so that's what I do. I haven't come across any of these coloured yet, but if I do, I'm grabbing them. These are bits and pieces, and so on. I do my own papers, and I'm going to show you how to do that real easy. So that is that one. Anything else I've got to show you? Now, everybody says ATCs are artist trading cards, but you can do so much more with them. And I have made these little books, and I've got lots of embossing folders, like heaps of embossing folders. So I did an ATC size here. And what I've actually done is these are ATCs, the book's a little bit bigger. Not much, but it's a little bit. And what I've done is actually embossed the image and used a bit of ink just to show you what the pattern is. And then I've written on the back of it what it's called and everything. Then I've put it in little sections. Okay. Now I've got a whole big collection of them. These little books. And like I said, everybody thinks ATCs, you got to do just something on it and send. You don't. You can use them for lots and lots of things. So I've got them for all these little things here. And again, I've put them in their borders. And I try to make handmade flowers and things to put on them just to make them look a little bit better. So there you go. So that's just something that's, different. This one's here is some Glimmer Mist or Colour Wash. And I've just done samples of that. See? Well, Delusional Kaiser Mints. I've got a lot more since did this one. And on it goes. Okay. I just thought that a little bit interesting for you to know. Okay. Now, these is my new ones I did this week. These are a chipboard. Okay. So there's that one. It's really, really pretty. I hope you can get the colour on these. Because they're really, really pretty. And that one. That one. That one. And that one. These ones are chipboard. So they're different for me. I normally do the paper, but these ones are a bit thicker. And I'm actually going to put these into a book. I'm going to make a book or a folder or something, and I'm going to put these in as a set. I like making sets, as you've probably gathered. Again, these three here are chipboard. Here. And they're chipboard as well. These ones here, I made with a... cut a card down, what's it called? A plain card to ATC size. Now this here is tin foil, is foil. and it's from a Coke can. I think it was a Coke can, and I embossed a Coke can. I cut it first. I drained it, washed it, dried it, cut the Coke can so I could actually emboss, put it through an embossing folder, put it in the machine, and I embossed that. Then I put black paint over it and wait till it settled a little tiny bit, and then I wiped it off. Okay, so that one's that. And like I said, that's from an actual Coke can. This one's just chipboard, and I've actually used embossing powder on that. This one here, again, it's a little, it's very sharp, so you need to be careful, from the Coke can. And this one here is from a napkin. So I think these all are napkins. So the bases here of napkins on here. So every one of these, you can see the diamonds through there, but these are actual napkins. And that I've put them onto the base, and then I've actually made them. So that's a little set that I haven't done anything yet with. Nothing back. Put them in there, and then they're all together. This one here, I made. That one there is for, it's like I did some sewing around it and some things. So I liked it anyway, but this one's a mixed media. There. Lots of little bits and pieces and metal and stuff, so I like that one. And this one's the bee, and he's got, I like to do dimensional stuff on mine, so that none of them are ever flat. They're always quite chunky. I don't normally do one layer. I know people do, but I'm not one of them. Put them over there. Now gets back to our books. Okay, I'll show you this one first. This one was really simple. A lot of people's asked me how to do this. I will show you how to do it because it's really quite simple. And I've literally just sewn this one in. So that one's just been sewn in. Really easy. So you can see there where I've put a in there. So, and this one's just the whole these ATCs in. These ones. And this one uses a lot of washi tape. And that one. And I think this is coloured in with Posca pens, to be honest. This one here is the Lady Inspire. And this one here is Soiree. And again, the background's really quite simple because I wanted the ATCs to stand out more than the actual paper on this one. This one says love you. Yeah. I won't show you every single one. This one I will because I like these. This one says grateful. And this here is created with so I've done the background, coloured it in, and then I've got a stencil, and I've actually gone in a stencil, and then once I've dried it, always dry your stuff. I mean, that's so important. Dry it, and then I've just gone over it with a pen, a Posca pen or something like that. So I'd say that's really simple background. Okay. And that one there, like I said, life is short. Smile while you still have teeth. This one here is, oh, gee, I'm having trouble getting it out because these fingers. Balance. And this one here is an odd one out, but I wanted to put something on here. So even though it's basically a one layered, I've actually done a little chook there and things. Okay, so it's actually got some dimension. Okay, so that's that one. And all I did was a simple elastic there and two little words and a little charm. Okay, easy. And again, this is the background, and I can show you how to do some backgrounds. This one here, I like too. This one's a little folder. And this one comes out. So quite simple. Oh, word come off there because I'm rough as guts. So that's really quite simple. And that one just folds around like that. Okay. Really, really easy. That's basically the same as that. There. And again, folds around like that. Real simple. So I did 2 of them. This one here is a digital AI, digital image from, oh my gosh, Sasha. I'll have to put that up for you. And I've just flicked some paint and things to give it a little bit of some dimension and put some words on it and did some glossy accents and some glitter and just to lift it a bit because it printed out quite flat. So I haven't changed the details. All I've done is sort of highlighted stuff. Okay. And again, that's easy. And a bit of washi tape. I put washi tape on most things. This little book I love. Love this little girl. She's beautiful. That's how it goes. Okay. And I mostly do my books with black because black or white. And the reason I do that is I can put then colour on it, like I've just done. And it just frames it nicely, okay? That there's, I think, is, that paper I did was, what was that called? Oh, my head is spinning, sorry. Some papers I did. Now, I did this one here with like that. Oop. And so it goes like that. So it's one of them spines. And these here ATC little cards that you can buy. And I just stuck them on there. Or you can cut them up from the ATC sheets. And I've done them one-sided because it makes it too thick. You are the bestest. Hey there. Christmas hugs. Keep it simple but significant. Smile. Little bees. Smitten. You've been my friend. That is in itself is a tremendous thing. Adventure waits and be beautiful. Okay, and I've just put some ribbon there. And you tie that up. Okay. Other thing I did was 2 of these. And that's basically the same idea as that. But I've actually made the pockets. Okay, so I've done some pockets here. And shoot for the moon. These are, did a punch at 2.5 inches. So the ATC coin fits in them. Okay. Again, they're one-sided. Again, I've used this kind of spine just so I could put it in there, explore the galaxy. Now, the explore the galaxy was interesting because that's all washi tape. Okay. And that there is washi tape. And I just thought it was lovely. It looked like a, I don't know, planet or something. I thought that was lovely. Kirk, of course, Mr. Spock, go boldly, and I love you to the moon and back. Okay, so I did that one, and the paper's lovely because it's got all stars and things. Okay, this one I've had a lot of comments about. This is the same as this nearly, but I've just changed it around. So I've put a circle there. Okay, and this is done with distress inks, and it's a wet technique, and then once it's dried, I then put stamping and stencils. Okay, so I've just got some interesting ones there, and that's double-sided. Okay, got some little stamps. I think they're all in Create, aren't they? I think so, all in Create. And the stamps. Most of my stuff's all in Create. I've got 1,000 stamps. I have, kid you not. I think them stamps were here. Witchcraft do you do? I think that most of them is from here. Okay. And it's witchcraftdoyoudo.com. And Kerry, who owns this business, is brilliant. She's so talented. Okay, so that's this one. But this is just done with distress inks and some distress inks and paint and things like that. Okay. This here is another one of these. As you can see, totally same sort of design. These are ATC coins. And these are called poppets, meaning they've got big heads and the bodies are, it's not suiting the head. Because that's a different body to that head. So what I've done is same sort of design here, basically. And I've just done the heads. Bizarre, yes, but that's what I like. Okay, these images are digital images, and what that means, because I've been asked, is that someone actually does a stamp, then they put it onto as a digital file, and then you can print them off yourself, which means that you can make these as big as you want, or you can make them as small as you want, because you can resize them. These are from Rick St. Dennis. He's in America, and he is a brilliant artist. Okay. I'll go with this one. This one here is a box I created, which is simply a matchbox. So you can push it out. And I've made it a bit bigger to put the ATCs in. And this here is from All and Create. Let me have a look. Wrong box. What is it? I think it's, and that's these. And these are die cuts. And these are from All and Create. Okay. There's 2 packets here though, but so you can just do your own backgrounds and you can put your pictures together and make your pictures. So that's what I did with these ATCs. I'll take these out. I did a whole collection. So I did a possibility, imagine, reality, and because I like doing dimensions, like say. And just little metal studs and just black rhinestones or pearls or whatever. I do lots of dimensional magic on it and a bit of glitter, but these backgrounds are quite simple. You think they're hard, but they're not. I can show you how to do them in another video. I am a bit slow. It's because I'm very tired and I have a huge headache and my hand's aching. So my apologies. This one here is a little folder kind of thing. When you open it up. So quite dark. I wanted to use this paper up. And then I made little pockets. So I put a belly band around them just to make them look pretty. So, like that. Now again, these ones are quite chunky, so dimensional, and these are All and Create. I do other things, but All and Create, I really do. You wouldn't think so, but I do. Oh, that one's cute too. I like Stay Chippy Little Hippie. That was back in my day, let me tell you, the hippie. Now, Charlie Chaplin, love this one. A day without laughter is a day wasted. I agree with that. I think that's a beautiful statement. And again, the backgrounds are mine. They're just a little bit of paint, gold paint in these ones. So I don't know if you can see any of that. So I like that Charlie Chaplin one. There's another Charlie Chaplin. If you look at these two, that's same stamp, totally different look. And I think that's cool. I think that's why I love these so much, is because you can just make them so different. Just put these in here. This one here. Again, a very basic background on that one, but effective. I'm a book person, so I did lots of gold on this one, and I think that's so cute. Okay, so can you see that? It's really nice. I'm not the best colourer, if for want of a better word. I'm not really great at it, but you know what? I like it, don't care. Now, these are my collections. There's something I have to tell you, it's my collections. I don't swap these. I have swapped hundreds over my time, but these are mine because they all mean something for me or to me. This one here is a little bit different. And just basic paper, but I like the bird so much that I left the paper like it is. But it folds out, and that folds out, so it goes like that. Okay, and it folds out. These images are Rix and Dennis again, digital images, so I've printed them off, coloured them in, and then I've cut them out, fussy cut them, and then I've put them on that. Now, none of these backgrounds are mine. They actually are from a book, but the book's, look, it's about 20 years old, so I couldn't tell you what it was even called now. But, yeah, I just loved them. So, hence, I've put them in that book. And because I like this paper. And then, voila, really simple. This one here is like my granddaughter helped me make this one, little Emmy, or Emmy Rose I should say, and this one just simply ties up at the side. Okay, so it ties up at the side into a nice bow, but I'm sure you don't want me to see that. I've just done an AT side. The is a little bit bigger, so I've just done an AT size there, and to make the book. Okay, and again this one folds up, so this here, so all the backgrounds of Emmy's made the backgrounds. She's quite talented, my granddaughter. She's actually also done all this here, sprayed all the papers, and so she is very good. She did all these ones, these three, and she's 8, so I'm quite chuffed about it. So yeah, so I did these ones. This one here is a little box. Take that out, and you got the 3 leaves. I love these. I did embossing powder on these, and I did about 3 coats, so it gives me that really big shine. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that shine. I think you can. But it gives me a real big shine. I just love these. I think they're so pretty. And the backgrounds were really simple to do as well. So I did that box. It's not the ideal box for them, but until I get around to making a new one, you know. This one here again ties up to there. So basically they tie, most of these tie up. And I like it on the side because they're easy to do and easy to take out. So again, ATC size, and I'm really rough with these, I've got to be honest. And again, it's like the other one, but a fraction different because that one is smaller and comes out like that. Where this one basically is coming out, but it's joined. So these two are joined like that. And I've only done strips on there instead of actually doing a belly band. Okay. And again, these are all different. I don't think you need to see them all. I like these too. These are watercolor paper, and I simply they're real basic ones, but I quite liked them. There's one I wanted to show you. I wonder if I've got that in here. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I like these. They're quite cool. Something different. I like something different now and again. No, it's not in there. Ah, look at this thing. So I had to do a swap. So I did a whole heap of different things, and it was like bizarre. Do something bizarre. Well, mate, you can't get much more bizarre than that, can you? It's like really, woohoo, okay. I know this is going forever, but like I said, got a thumping headache, and I've got to be honest, it's taking. Now this one here is beautiful. I love this one, how it turned out. See all the glosses shine. I did that in a embossing folder. So that's just a piece of cardstock. And it's white, believe it or not, that was white. And I actually put it through a embossing folder, painted it because it gives that real nice texture, and then I wiped it a bit, and then I went over it with the sprays, delusional sprays, or that Tim Holt sprays, and I put some wax on it. And I think those distress mica stain or something maybe. Anyways, and this one is different. Again, this is called the Family. It's not, I've called it the Family, but it's actually called the Quirks, actually, I think they are. That's what's Rick St. Dennis. Digital images. Oh, not images, digital stamps, I should say. So the difference between digital images and digital stamps is that Rick St. Dennis actually designed these. AI is different. So these are like a real stamp. So you can actually buy the real stamp, and you can get it in the digitals as well. Again, these backgrounds are quite chunky. I think I showed you a photo I had to do them backgrounds. I call them the Family because I reckon she's the mum. And these little pockets you can get on Amazon. And they're for you put license in or something. Or put something in all your cards while using for ATCs. There's the baby. That's a sister. That's the brother. That's the older brother. And that's the dad just coming home from work. Okay, nearly finished. This one here again, it goes there, tied to the side, around ATCs. Now this here is a bit different. These are here, lots of colour, and these ones are from All and Create, which is this pile. Do I have an actual one there? No. So that's these. So they're All and Create. See? Like that. So that's what I did there. And they just simply fit in there. I actually haven't got two sides on this. I've only got one side. Now, one side I did was because these are so chunky. So this is really quite chunky. Like I said, I do like chunky ATCs. That one. I think it's the backgrounds. Because look how effective that is. That's so gorgeous. And that's the background you put them on. But if you haven't got a decent background, it doesn't really make sense. I did think, I could put some of these in there because they're flat. They're actually one dimension. These are more. These are, like, you know, much more. That one there. Now, this is the washi tape. This is All In Creates brought this new washi tape out. Well, it's not new, but I think... So these are washi tapes from All In Create. Okay, look at that. That is so pretty. So what it is that you have strips of washi tape and it makes actual a picture. And I just did some samples. I've got more since this, but how pretty are they? So it's all washi tape. I do have more, but I haven't got around to doing it. Of course, like everything else, I've got 50,000 things that I'd like to do and no time to do it in. So this is the washi tape. So I thought that was a little bit different because I like doing different things. That one there. That one there. There. And then I run out, so I use some of these. And that one there. And you can see it's quite chunky, like it's dimensional. I kind of like dimensional. And this one here. And I finish. Now the last thing, the last one is these. These are, you can see how rough I am. I'll just throw them in and sort them out later. These are on chipboard. And these are very, very chunky. These are chunky ATCs. Okay. They're very, very chunky. Okay, mixed media. So what I've done, I think I put up how I made these. Okay, I'm sure I did. And these are lovely, I think. There you go. So you can see how chunky they are. I haven't made a book for these yet, but I will do. Look, I hope you like some of the books or folders or whatever. I'm sorry it took so long and I sound so flat. It's just, like I said, I don't feel 100% today. And I'll try to make some quicker videos whereas I don't talk. Okay. Hope you like them. Hope you got something from them. And hope I'll give you some ideas. Bye.